Welcome, everybody, to the top rated seller webinars for October. We are so excited today because we've got Lisa Suttora, the Lisa, here with us today. And she's going to talk to all of us who are in a little bit of panic mode because OMG, it's October and I'm not ready for Christmas. Yes, it is fourth quarter. So we've got a little housekeeping to get rid of before we get on to the good stuff with Lisa. We want to let everybody listening know that yes, we are recording the webinar. This will be available on our YouTube channel and on our website, and we'll send you a link along with a PDF of Lisa's slides, so you don't have to worry about scribbling as many notes as you thought you would. The slides will be available. If you're having any audio problems, our recommendation to you is to hang up on your phone and call back in. If your computer's having trouble, sometimes the best solution is call in on your phone. So we'll give you those options and hope you can get a good listen to us today. We want to make sure that you're staying connected with us today and for the rest of the season. You can go to pagemage.com/top rated seller webinars. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter because that's where you'll learn about the new upcoming webinars and all of you have a way to tell us what you'd like to hear about. Please make sure you stay connected. We don't want to lose our connection with our listeners. In addition to the website, we also have a fantastic Top Rated Seller Webinar Facebook group. We're over 1,100 members there, very active group, great place to ask questions and for you to let us know what you want to hear next on Top Rated Seller Webinars. Be sure to be on Twitter and let everyone know about Top Rated Seller Webinars. You can tweet during the recording or anytime during the month using hashtag TRSW, and we'll listen to you. The webinars are all brought to you brand new and free every month from our wonderful sponsors. If it weren't for our sponsors, we couldn't be here. So please join us in saying thank you to eBay Radio, ebayradio.com, where you've got the Griff every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, we say thank you to Cabbage, one of our newest sponsors today. You can get $500 to $5,000 in your PayPal account within 7 minutes. Check out cabbage.com today. More sponsors. We're also sponsored by Outright, where you can put your accounting on autopilot. Their new name is GoDaddy Online Accounting, but you can still find them at outright.com. Our next sponsor is Terapeak. We recommend Terapeak because with Terapeak, everyone makes more money. We used to say our eBay sellers make more money with Terapeak. Now Terapeak comes with Amazon too. So check that out at terapeak.com. And of course, we're sponsored by PageMage with their new tool, Social Beacon. We're looking for beta testers. Check out socialbeacon.com. We're also sponsored by stamps.com, where you can import all of your orders from multiple marketplaces and push them out in one place. We're put together every month by our connectors, myself, Kat Simpson from thatcat.com, and Karen Locker from Solutions for E-commerce. And now I think we're ready to tell you about our next webinar. This will be put on by eBay itself. We'll have Jim Griffith, the Griff that you talked about on eBay Radio. Uncle Griff is coming to teach us how to shoot like a pro. And we're talking about pictures, of course. That'll be on Wednesday, November 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Sign up now at pagemage.com/top rated seller webinars. Lisa, I think we're ready for you now.
We are, Kat, and thank you for all of that information, great sponsors, and all integral pieces to a successful eBay business. So should I just go ahead and take it away?
Take it away, Lisa.
Okay, well, thank you and welcome everybody. I'm so happy to be here. As the name of the webinar says, oh my God, I cannot believe it's October and there are actually 62 days left until Christmas. Now I'm going to advance slides here in just a moment. You know, I've done so many of these webinars, Kat, and eBay specific webinars. I did eBay Radio yesterday that I always feel like I'm just here with family. But I was thinking about it, I said, you know, there's probably so many new people who are coming to these webinars every month. Thought I'd just briefly tell people who I am, why I'm here, and why I'm talking about prepping for the holiday selling season. So, as Kat said, I'm an e-commerce marketing strategist, and I founded WhatDoISell.com and Lisa Suttora International, a sourcing company and marketing company. And I kind of came into e-commerce from a different background. I was a merchandise buyer for a Fortune 500 retailer. That was like my first job out of college. That was my goal, to be a big buyer in New York, until I realized that offline brick and mortar retail for a Fortune 500 company is a really grueling job. So I transferred and switched to running two small niche boutiques here in Seattle, and I was a buyer for those stores and a manager as well. Loved retail, but then I got caught by the technology bug and actually made a career change and went to work as a corporate data systems administrator, which is a fancy word for a Unix systems administrator for a Fortune 100 software company. And back in 2001, I actually left that six-figure job as a single parent of a 4-month-old and a 4-year-old, and I decided to come home and start a business because I wanted to be here to be a hands-on parent for my kids. And I had no idea what I was going to do, but at the time, eBay was just booming, and I'm like, well, I know retail. My grandparents both owned retail stores. My grandpa owned a men's shoe store, sold black and brown shoes. My grandma owned a variety store, sold all sorts of cool stuff. She was infinitely more successful, so he closed the store and went to work for her, which, that went over really big. So I figured, between the genetics and my experience in offline retail, I'm like, I can translate this to online retail, and I did. And it was amazing. It was amazing to be able to come home from a very good job and to be able to build a business and replace my income. And a weird thing happened along the way as I was running my stores. People started asking me in the parking lot of my son's preschool, I want to sell on eBay, but what do I sell? And before I knew it, I was doing consulting with local folks here in Seattle. And then I was on the road again, always in coffee shops, etc., doing consulting with clients. And that was when I decided to invoke my technology experience. And in 2004, I founded the first online community for sourcing and eBay training, and that was whatdoisell.com. And it was just amazing because I could connect with people all over the world. In fact, whatdoisell.com was one of the original 34 eBay certified providers when that program was active. eBay heard about me back in 05, and since 05, I spoke at every eBay Live and a couple of eBay on location since. And overall, and I keep a loose tally of this. I know it's more than what I have here. Since 2004, I've been just honored to work with online merchants in 7 different countries and over 2,600, I think it's probably more like 3,000 at this point, niche markets to help them grow their business, help them with sourcing strategies and marketing strategies. So suffice it to say, I absolutely love e-commerce, I love entrepreneurship, and I love working with small business owners, medium business owners, and the big guys as well. So today we are going to talk about holiday 2013 because as of today there's 62 days left until Christmas Day. Now, nobody needs to panic because we are going to fast track everyone who's watching this webinar today to get on track with the core things that you need to do to make this your most successful holiday selling season ever, and there is still time. So this webinar is very step-by-step. It's literally a to-do tutorial, and once we're done with today's presentation, if you just follow these core things, you are going to have your business and your products on eBay well positioned for the holiday selling season, which, by the way, is in effect right now because more than 50% of online shoppers have already made their first holiday purchases in September. So real quick, I want to talk about what's changed with holiday 2013 because you know what? Every year it's something different, and what worked last year does not necessarily work this year. We're going to talk about inventory, holiday inventory prep, how to fast track it, how to make sure that the products you want to sell between now and December 25th are the ones that get in front of the most buyers, the ones that convert the most sales, and the ones that you're going to focus on. We're going to talk about how to refresh your listing so that you get found in eBay search and convert more sales. This is really the biggest thing that's changed this year because of the new Cassini search engine and the requirements, the algorithms looking at over 100 different factors. We're going to focus on the key factors that you can control and update in your listings right now to make sure that your products get visibility in holiday 2013. We're going to talk about pricing for profits because it is so crazy with pricing in the marketplace over the holiday selling season, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can maximize your sales as well as maximizing your profits. Big thing, I'm going to show you 3 top ways to get your best holiday products in front of more buyers, driving traffic to your eBay listings from outside of eBay into eBay, some really cool stuff. And of course, we're going to talk about filling in those holiday inventory gaps with some late to the game holiday sourcing shortcuts. And at the end, I believe that I will be taking questions as well. So let's get started and talk about what's changed with holiday 2013. So we're looking at a strong holiday selling season. I know we've just been through a government shutdown, but the projections are still strong, and we're looking at e-commerce sales projected to increase 15%. That being said, one of the big changes this year is we're actually losing a week of the peak holiday selling season. So the peak holiday selling season is characterized from Thanksgiving, the period between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So Thanksgiving this week is a week later. But what this means, so that peak time, Cyber Monday, when technically it kicks off eBay, or it kicks off eBay and e-commerce sales, well, that peak season is going to be a week shorter, but shoppers are starting earlier than ever before. And I know I've been hearing from so many people who are like, what happened? I'm already out of my holiday inventory. Now what do I do? So we'll talk about that today. Big changes to eBay search and what you need to do to your listings to get found. Huge, huge, huge factor is mobile optimization, because this year, if your eBay listings are not optimized for mobile, you are really going to see a dent in your sales. eBay had a huge mobile selling season last year, and it's going to be even bigger this year. And I know when I talk about mobile optimization, people kind of get really nervous, or like, I don't, some people are like, I don't even have a smartphone yet. I don't know about this. I'm going to show you simple ways to optimize your listings for mobile today. Here's a big one, self-gifting. Now, I personally love this trend. In 2012, 60% of Americans who came online to shop, and also offline shoppers, while they were buying gifts for their friends and family, they were also buying themselves a gift or two while doing their holiday shopping. So for those of you who say, gee, I didn't really get any holiday specific inventory, don't worry about it, because your best-selling inventory, your products that have been doing well all year, are going to continue to do well during the holiday season, even if they are not holiday centric. Oh, here we go. Now, this is not really a change. It's just a continuation, but it's more. 96% of consumers are more likely to shop on a site that offers free shipping. And, we know that eBay has been very, very good about advertising and promoting free shipping and the availability of that with eBay merchants. That is just amping up this year. So we're going to talk about that. As well as, this is pretty surprising, because people think, everybody's looking for the cheapest deal, but 79% of holiday shoppers said that they would rather have free shipping than a discount on the product. So that's a pretty huge thing to think about when you're trying to decide, how am I going to price my items, what's my shipping strategy, etc. And we'll get more into detail as we go through our presentation today. So those are the big changes with holiday 2013. Now, I want to talk briefly about holiday inventory prep, because, again, a lot of people at this time, it's mid-October, people are like, I don't even think I have enough inventory. So even though we are really going to focus today on selling your products between now and December 25th, I want everybody listening to this webinar to realize that in terms of spending, after Christmas happens, there's more holiday shopping to come. In fact, I should mention that Christmas was one of the biggest, Christmas Day, December 25th, was one of the biggest mobile shopping days of 2012. People are at their families, they're on their tablets, they're on their phones, they're shopping. So even if you don't have tons of holiday inventory, you can make more money selling more fall and winter products. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. Obviously, the season we're talking about today, the gift giving season. Gift certificate redemption season. So this is late December through about the third week of January, when people are redeeming their eBay gift cards. Maybe they got some extra cash that they put in their PayPal account. They're going to buy some new inventory. So post Christmas Day holiday sales through about the third week of January are always big. About the third week of January, things slow down, and then it's a bit more quiet until, beginning of February for Valentine's Day. People are trading in, trading up. They might return something at a store and come to eBay and get what they really wanted. We have New Year's products that people are buying. Then we get into the self-improvement month, which is January, so people are buying fitness products, organization products, anything that's a fresh start. We're all into self-improvement. January, it's going to be a fresh year, fresh start. So, any of these types of products that you sell that fit into these different types of seasonal events are going to help increase your sales really between now and the third week in January. So the first thing to do to get started is you've got to make your list and check it twice. Actually, you're going to be checking it more than twice, but it sounded better. So here's the thing. You've got to get your arms around what your holiday inventory is. So a lot of people this time of year, they're like, I want to just, promote my store. Well, it sounds great, right? And we'd love everything in our entire store to sell. But the reality of it is that you've got to set your focus on your specific holiday inventory that you want to sell between now and December 25th or now and the third week of January. You have to get a handle on what those products are, what those listings are. And so, and you're going to see why as we go through this webinar, because I'm going to show you today how to do very specific things with your listings, with your marketing, and you can't apply all of what I'm going to show you today to your entire store. If you've got 5,000 listings, it'll be 2 Christmases from now, and you'll still be working on prepping for the holidays. So what you want to do is you want to take inventory of your inventory and make a short, quick list of, or not a short list, but a quick list of what inventory do you currently have that will appeal to holiday buyers. So this could be gift inventory, this could be any inventory in the holiday selling seasons that we just talked about. This could be inventory that's been selling well that people might buy for themselves, the self-gifting trend. And what I want you to do is I prefer spreadsheets, I'm a spreadsheet person, but if you're not, I don't care. Get a tablet, get a paper garbage bag, I don't care what it is that you want to write on. Put it in your smartphone, put it in your tablet. Create a quick spreadsheet of all of your holiday-friendly inventory so that you know exactly what products you want to focus on selling over the next 2.5 months, because you're going to use this list to fill in those inventory gaps. You're going to use this list to improve your selling strategies, to focus on your pricing strategies, and you're going to use this list for your marketing. So you know specifically what holidays that you want to focus on marketing, and you're not just out there marketing the store. Here's the thing about the holiday selling season, and I want everybody to write this down. People come online to shop. They do not come online when they're shopping to buy your store. They come online to shop to buy specific products. So your focus when you are promoting your products during the holiday season should not be, I want to promote my store. I want to promote my brand. Your focus should be, I want to promote my specific products so that holiday shoppers find them. They see what I have to offer, and those browsers convert into buyers. So you really need to drill down to a product level to successfully sell and market your holiday products. So segmenting your holiday inventory in this list is going to help you focus on getting the right products in front of the right buyers at the right time. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this today. It all starts with refreshing your listings to get found in eBay search and in Google search, as well as to convert those visitors to your listings to sales. And honestly, with the new Cassini search engine, I mean, what we're about to talk about is imperative. If you don't make these changes, it's very likely that your listings can get buried in search, people won't find you, and if they can't find you, they can't buy from you. So the first step that you're going to take to get on the holiday fast track is you're going to freshen your eBay listings for the holidays. Now, the Cassini search algorithm, what it does, an algorithm is just a fancy word for how the search engine, all the characteristics and variables that go into the search engine deciding what products to show a potential buyer. The Cassini search engine, actually, well, okay, let me get started. I'm going to show you kind of the top 5, and then we're going to go in depth. Looks at stale listings, listings that are not performing well. I'm going to show you how to take that stale listing that is not getting found in search and turn it into a fresh listing that will get found in search. This is a new thing for this year. Mobile optimization, it was important last year. It's just critical this year. I'm going to show you how to freshen your listings so that they are mobile optimized. Keyword relevance, boy, it used to just be that people looked for, the search engine found the products with the listing title. Then eBay search started looking at item specifics. This year, Cassini search is actually mining the listing descriptions for specific keywords and keyword phrases, relevant keyword phrases, to determine whether or not your listing is something that is relevant to a buyer search. And so many people don't know this, and it's a really important thing, because if your competitor is just optimizing their title and they're not doing item specifics, they're not optimizing their listing, and you are, that just gives you more relevance with your listing than the competitor. And so we're going to talk about how to write a keyword relevant title. We're going to talk about how to write a keyword relevant description. We're going to talk about also item specifics and the importance of completing those in your listing. And we're also going to talk about what free shipping can actually do for your listing in search and in buyer conversion. So let's start with stale listings. So Cassini search looks at the sell-through rate. So how long has your listing been online versus how long has your, and I see a typo here, excuse me for that typo, how long has your listing been online versus how many sales are you making? So here's what happens with holiday products. A lot of sellers source their inventory early in the year, list it in their store, and leave it up, leave that listing as a good till canceled listing for 6, 7, 8, whatever months. Some people have holiday inventory that's carried over from the previous Christmas. If that listing is not selling products, the Cassini search engine is going to look at that and go, this listing is not doing well. I'm not going to boost it in search. So what's going to happen is your old good till canceled listings that are not selling or that are slow selling are going to get penalized. Now, eBay recommends refreshing these listings, meaning ending them and starting a new listing every 6 to 9 months. However, my recommendation for the holidays, because we've only got one shot at it, right, is to be aggressive. So a lot of people have these listings up there, they're like, oh, when the holiday buyers come, my products are going to sell. The problem is that the listing is old and stale. It's not getting the visibility it should be getting in search. And so you're waiting for these products to start selling. Nothing is happening because that listing is just too stale to even have any juice to get in front of prospective buyers. So my recommendation for listings that you want to sell between now and December 25th, if they are fixed price, good till canceled listings, they're not selling, they're slow selling, end those listings, and I'm going to talk about how to do that in a minute, end those listings and rework the listing. So when I say end it and rework it, I don't mean just end it and then hit relist. Actually cancel those listings, clean the listings up, rework them, rework your keywords, make sure your item descriptions are there, and then actually create a brand new listing so that that product has a fresh listing, a fresh performance score, and it's coming into the eBay marketplace essentially as a brand new product. So what you want to do in order to do this, and some of the things that you want to look at when you are cleaning up your listing, we're going to talk about that in a minute in conjunction with the keywords and the mobile optimization. But you really want to go through and assess that listing and say, okay, do I have the right keyword titles in there? Do I have item specifics in my listing? How is my listing description? Do I have relevant keyword phrases in that listing description? Or is my listing description pretty brief because I just put this product up here in a hurry and I've never gone back to refresh this listing and put a good description in there? So when you are looking at your stale listings, and this is why we talk about getting your arms around the holiday products you want to sell between now and Christmas. If you try to do this to all of your listings that are aged listings, stale listings, it's not going to happen. If you look at the products that you want to sell between now and Christmas, and you take those stale listings and you end them, you rework them, you relist them, that's a manageable amount of inventory to refresh for most people. So part of when you're reworking these listings, you may as well optimize them for mobile because, as we talked about, eBay's mobile business is huge and it's just going to get bigger. When we talk about mobile optimization, it's really interesting because really what you're doing in optimizing for mobile actually improves your conversion rate even if your buyer is looking at your listing on their computer. You know, there's kind of a big shift in buyers now. Buyers are more sophisticated. They expect a more sophisticated product listing page. The kind of, you know, when I came into eBay in 2001, I mean, I can remember one night sitting at my computer and I'm clicking through and I'm looking at different products. I was actually doing some sourcing on eBay and I clicked on this listing and it was late. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning and all of a sudden, like the Star Spangled Banner started playing really loud. I had my speakers turned up. I jumped, practically woke up my kids. There was red, white, and blue, and there were stars sprinkling down the back of the listing page, the background. You know, that was kind of like the old days of what a product page looked like. They were creative, they were unique. Nowadays, buyers want something that is streamlined, that is professional, and you will increase your prices if your listings look professional. And even though you're a solopreneur, you're a home-based business, your listings need to look like you are a professional seller with all of the characteristics that you would find in a standard e-commerce site, because this is what buyers are looking at. So part of making your listing mobile friendly is also going to help your conversion with your website or with your computer, you know, with buyers who are on looking at your products via their computer. Here's the other thing about optimizing your listings for mobile. If your listings aren't mobile friendly, they may not be found in mobile search. And it's really interesting. I actually sat down with my son, who's a big eBay shopper, and we did a little bit of a comparison last night. And we were looking at different listings, and I would say, okay, now try and pull this up on your phone. And some of the listings that were absolutely not mobile friendly were not showing up in search in that same position. So it's really, really important that your listings are mobile friendly, because if they're not going to convert for the mobile buyer as well, or they may not convert at all. So what does mobile optimization look like? Number one thing, clean it up. So think minimalist. What you want to get rid of for mobile optimization, and here's an example, and this is a tame example compared to some of the other ones. Get rid of oversized fonts, okay? Get rid of multicolored fonts. If your listing is not well organized, there's a structure that your listing should follow, and I'll show you that in a minute. You know, if you've got a listing that you've just been adding information to over the years, and it's just kind of a patchwork of data, you want to scrap that and you want to rewrite it in the format that I'm about to show you. Long paragraphs of text do not do well on mobile. They actually do not do well online. When you're looking at online paragraphs, even if it's a blog post, if it's an eBay listing, people can only digest about 2 or 3 lines, and then they need to have some white space to space it out for online reading. So, you know, you're looking here, nobody is going to read all this stuff. They're going to either not read it and make the wrong purchase, or they're going to say, I can't read this, and they're going to back out, and they're going to go and they're going to find somebody else's product. Same thing with busy backgrounds, and this is one we find all the time on eBay, center justified text. Need to get rid of the center justified text. The text should be left justified. Now, here's an example of a very unfriendly, uh, a mobile unfriendly listing. And you can see here, this is a huge font. It's like 20 point. When I looked at the listing, you know, there's just colors and there's just text and you know, how many colors are in here? And then they've got some HTML stuff going or some stuff they copied from somebody else's website. This is a very, very mobile unfriendly listing description. It's just a really unfriendly listing description in general. So what you want your listing to look like is clean, like this. So it should start with a description, and you can see here this description is very, very good. It has short paragraphs in the product description. It has the product name in here. This is a description for a tent, a dome tent. Then everything is left justified. They are using bullet points to showcase the features and the product specifications. So your listing, if someone's coming to your listing from their computer, they can scan through this quickly and see that, yep, this is a product I'm interested in. If they look at this description on their mobile device, they can easily scan this description and see if this product has all of the features and specifications that they want. And a lot of people say, oh my gosh, that looks so boring. It needs some, you know, background. It needs some graphics. It needs some borders. And what I'm saying is that today's e-commerce buyer, today's eBay buyer, this is what they want in addition to some really, really awesome photographs of the item. They want simple, they want scannable, they want to find the information about the product that they need to get quickly so that they can make the decision to buy quickly. And if they've got to read through all of this stuff, most of them, unless they're super motivated for some reason, they are not going to read through this. So this is the format that you want to base your listing descriptions on when you are redoing your listings, when you're refreshing your listings. This again applies to your listings if they're viewed by someone who's viewing from a PC or Mac, as well as someone who is viewing from their mobile devices. The other thing you want to be really, really careful about is adding images in your listing descriptions if they aren't resized properly and they're too large, and the buyer tries to view your listing description on their mobile device, those images are either not going to load or they're going to be really slow to load. And if they are really slow to load, then they are not going to wait around for your listing to display. Now, there are some great companies out there who have very mobile-friendly templates. So if it's a situation where you're using a company and they've got a mobile-friendly template and they're resizing the images for you, then you know that you're not going to have to worry about it. But I tell you, there's so many people who are still embedding their own images in their listings, and they're huge. You know, they take them with their cell phone, and the size of these images are giant, and they just will not work on mobile. Not to mention the fact that if a buyer clicks on them in the listing, I mean, these things are huge. So make sure for mobile optimization that you know what you're doing when you're adding your images. Images are critically important. The more images of a product that you can take to showcase all sides of the product, even if it's a common consumer good, the more your customer is going to have the information that they need to buy those products. If you aren't using a a mobile-friendly template that is taking care of resizing your images, if you don't know how to properly resize your images, I highly, highly recommend that you use the eBay gallery images. And on the smartphone, it's super easy because the way eBay displays those gallery images is the person who's looking at that listing can just scroll through really quickly. They don't have to go to the description to find more product images. So be very, very cognizant of what you're doing with your images in your listings. You want to also test your listings on a mobile device. Are they rendering properly? Is your template rendering properly? Is it slow to load? Because a slow loading template is going to kill your sales. Now, here's the thing you have to know. If you have like a really old smartphone, that is also going to impact your loading speed. So try and find a friend that's got, a newer smartphone, test it on your smartphone and see how your listings are rendered in the mobile environment. Make sure that you can find them in search on mobile. Make sure that they're rendering properly and that your descriptions are easy to read. So the next thing to refresh your listing is keyword relevance. And keywords, and this is not even just on eBay, this is all over the internet. Keywords and keyword phrases are the maps that Cassini search, Google search, Bing search, a Facebook search, that everybody uses to find your products online. So making sure that you're using relevant keywords and keyword phrases in your listing titles, your listing descriptions, as well as we're going to talk about item specifics. It's a little bit different with item specifics. So let's stick with listing titles and descriptions. Making sure that you are using those relevant keywords and keyword phrases in your listing titles and descriptions are key to ensuring that Cassini search determines that your listing is relevant to what the buyer is looking for and your listing is served up in search. So eBay is looking at the text and item descriptions. You guys remember back in the day when a buyer would actually have to click include item description in the search, and it was that little checkbox that was hidden where nobody knew about it? So those days are over. Now Cassini is actually looking at those listing descriptions. So here's why this is important. Here's a product, and this was actually a really, really nice holiday product. This is the listing description. So if the Cassini search engine goes to try and validate that the product that's described is the same product that the title is for, there's nowhere here that they're going to see anything that relates to the product name. You know, we've got shipping information, no chips, cracks, or repairs that I see. They don't even talk about what this product is. So you've got to have your product name. You've got to have some keyword phrases, some descriptive phrases about what your product is. Right now, if Cassini search goes through and they're mining this description, trying to figure out, is this description relevant to serve to the buyer? The answer is a big resounding no, because there's literally no product. And by the way, this was the entire description. Like, I didn't cut part of it out. This is it. There is no description. So here's another example. This is a tent. This is the one we were looking at earlier for mobile optimization. So there were couple of different people selling this tent. Here was one description: great tent. I've used it several times and have had great camping, even in the rain. So nobody's going to be searching using any of that in, people don't come to eBay and go, I want to buy a great tent. They aren't going to find, the search engines aren't going to find this description helpful. The buyer is not going to find this description helpful. The other description for the same tent, which by the way had sold probably about 30 units in a fixed price listing, look at this description. Very keyword relevant. The Wenzel Alpine 3-person dome tent. There's not only the name of the product, includes features such as a 3-pole pentadome design. So if someone's looking for a 3-pole pentadome design, it's in the description. Obviously, if they're looking for something that's got gear storage, it's in the description. Shock-corded fiberglass frame, it's in the description. You can't put all of this in a title. So putting it in the description is going to give you additional ways for buyers to find the product, because you're using keyword phrases that they might be searching for that aren't going to fit in your title. Same thing with the features. I mean, look at this. If I'm looking for a tent with a mud map, bingo, here's that information in the description. If I'm looking for a tent that has 2 mesh windows, or a tent that's got a D-style front door, and those keywords and that keyword phrase was not in the title, I'm going to find this because this seller put it in the description. You know, they went on obviously to do the bullet point that we talked about, and then they wrapped it up down here with more keyword relevant descriptive phrases. I love this listing, I have to tell you. And, you know, talk about how it's a polyethylene tub style floor, um, uh, you know, nice job of ventilating the tent and controlling morning moisture. People probably aren't going to search on controlling morning moisture, but they might search on moisture control. And so this is a great descriptive keyword phrase. So this is just an awesome description for a product. And this description in this format is going to sell your product both if it's searched via PC or Mac or if it's searched via mobile. So a lot of times people say, so, okay, that's awesome, Lisa, but where do I get all these keywords? Well, you've got to think about what your buyer would be searching for. And especially now during the holidays, think about the holiday keywords that they might be using to find your products. If you sell a little black dress that's great for a cocktail party or an office party, put that type of information in your description. So think about what your buyers are searching for. eBay has a really cool feature called search suggestions. And if you go to the homepage of eBay and you start typing in the keywords of the product that you want to sell, eBay is going to give you these suggestions. And these, by the way, are the most frequent searches for these particular keywords on eBay. So they're serving up the searches that buyers are actually using. So there are some things here that might make you go, whoa, okay, I didn't even think about phrasing something in this manner. Google Keyword, external keyword, for those of you who have used it, it was a free tool where Google would tell you like zillions of different keywords that you could use, keyword phrases. Sadly, Google took it down. I have a sad face because I loved this keyword tool. I know it's probably wrong to love a free keyword tool, but I did. I've used it since its inception, and we're all feeling kind of lost now that it's gone. You can set up a Google AdWords account. You don't have to buy AdWords, but they have this new tool that's supposed to replace the old tool. Honestly, the new tool is not anywhere as good, but we'll do with it what we can. It's called Keyword Planner, and you can go in there and you can do searches for keyword phrases, and you can get ideas for the different phrases that you want to use in your listing description. Terapeak has an awesome title builder, one of the sponsors of this webinar. That's going to give you some really highly relevant keywords to put in your title. The product box of the product that you sell, any product literature that you get from your supplier or product literature that you can find online, people will search by those phrases. There's a reason why suppliers and companies put certain key phrases on a product box. What problem does the product solve? The tent listing was a great example of that. Do a Google search, look for related items in your Google search. So, you might think, oh, well, I'm selling a lighted Christmas tree, but then when I looked in Google, pre-lit Christmas tree is actually the really popular keyword search. Adding artificial into that is also another popular keyword. So these are some ways that you can start to really beef up your keyword relevance in your eBay listings, and I'm telling you, it will pay off. And this is something just not to do just for the holidays, but to do all year long. So finally, item specifics. An overwhelming number of listings still don't have item specifics. It's just mind-boggling to me because it's right there. It's easy to fill in. Cassini Search is looking at item specifics for more details to determine if the listing is relevant. I swear that relevant is the keyword for eBay for 2013 and beyond. They're really, really trying to fine-tune search. So, here's some really great products, right? These lighted Christmas trees. The seller did not fill out the item specifics, so the title was it was kind of meh. I should have put it here. And then to make matters worse, for some reason they left the color purple as the only color in the item specifics, but the tree comes in red, it comes in white, and there is a purple ribbon tree here, but that's all they put. There's nothing about the brand, the size, the materials. anything. So what you want to do is, oh, and by the way, I searched forever to try and find just a Christmas tree like this that had a really good ex example of item specifics. I could not find one, so I had to go to watches. So here's a great example of item specifics, and you know the condition. That's going to be automatically populated. How the age of the watch, the movement, the display type, the model, the brand. Is it a men's or women's? Is it a fashion watch? What does it have? This one comes with a date. What's the band material, techno fiber? And you may say, well, I know, but I already put some of this in my title and I already put some of this in my description. And what I'm saying is you need to, and even if you can't add any new data to the item specifics, you need to populate that field, because when a search engine searches, it goes field, field, field. And if one field is missing, that's going to count against your listing. And this is just general search stuff. I mean, this is not even specific to Cassini search. This is just how search engines work. So these are huge things that will help you get the visibility, as well as to help your buyer get more information. The other thing I really encourage everybody to, and I know free shipping it can be so tough, especially if you have really heavy items. In some cases it doesn't work, but we do know that the consumers tell us free shipping is what they want, and it will convert more sales in the majority of products. Now, if you add 1 day or less handling and offer free expedited shipping, you're going to be eligible for the Fast and Free logo, which is, again, huge during the holiday season. eBay stats are showing that just having this Fast and Free logo associated with your listing page is going to increase your sales up to 11%. So free shipping, start testing it now. It may not work for all of your products. Some of you sell in categories that free shipping is not the norm. Maybe you sell something that's vintage and that's heavy, and your buyers they want to see the shipping split out. This is not a one-size-fits-all model, but I will tell you, especially for new consumer goods, the majority of buyers are going to be looking for free shipping listings. We also know that eBay is giving a boost to, or I should say, part of what goes into eBay giving a listing a boost in search is listings that offer free shipping, and eBay is going to be promoting the heck out of free shipping listings over the holidays. So it is absolutely a point that is worth taking a look at your holiday inventory and saying, what can I do free shipping on and what can I not do free shipping on? So I want to talk quickly about pricing before we get into marketing. And, here's the thing about pricing during the holiday. It can be extremely volatile during the holiday season. So there's nothing better than waking up in the morning and seeing, oh my gosh, I just sold out of all of this really cool holiday toy. I'm so excited, until you go to eBay and realize that everybody else raised their prices but you, and now they're selling their stuff for $20 more, and you've sold out of all your inventory and you've left money on the table. So I really want to encourage you to micromanage your prices on your hot holiday inventory between now and December 25th. And again, this is why at the beginning of this webinar I'm like, you need to have the list in hand to know what your holiday inventory is. So let's say you've got 15 products that you know are going to be the hot toy for the holidays, and you do not want to sell out in October or early November, that you every day, or maybe multiple times a day, I mean, sometimes it gets so crazy you're having to check your prices on an hourly basis, and making sure that you are priced where you should be if the prices go way up, or if you find that the prices start to go down and you are getting closer to Christmas and you haven't checked your pricing and you realize that all of a sudden the market got flooded. Now you need to make a decision about what you're going to do on your pricing. So keep a close eye on your prices. I will tell you, all of the things that we talked about refreshing your listing will increase your conversion rate. They will make your listings look more professional. When a listing looks professional and it gives the buyer enough information, buyers are more willing to pay a premium price. If they get free shipping, they are more willing to pay a premium price if you can get it to them quickly, because they do not want to wait during the holiday season. they are willing to pay a premium price. So anything that you can do in your listing to really show the buyer that, you know, you're going to get your product, you could be confident we're going to get it to you in time. That's what holiday shoppers are worried about. Their biggest fear is that they're going to place an order and that order is not going to show up in time, either to ship it to, you know, their nephew or get it under the tree. And if that's the case, then you're going to lose that sale, or you're not going to get the buyer who's willing to pay premium pricing because they just don't have enough confidence in what they're reading in the listing to say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to buy from this person. So keeping an eye on prices. Don't be afraid to raise your prices if you see that, you know, demand is going up and supply is going down. Then this is a time to incrementally raise your prices to make sure that your best holiday inventory is going to last you throughout the season. Another thing to look at, how many items do you need to sell each week to meet your holiday sales goals? So, you know, if each week you're not meeting your sales goals, it's time to go back and look at those prices and say, okay, where are we at? Are we priced too high on this item? Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's bring this down 10% and see if we can't jumpstart something. Are we priced too low? Okay, we need, you know, we thought we were pretty much at a good price, but we really do need to raise our prices 10 to 15% so that you're actually actively managing your sales each week, as opposed to kind of putting inventory up there and then just hoping that it all works out and coming out at the end of the year and going, whoa, you know, we missed our numbers. So actively managing your pricing is key. All right, so another thing for your store, you want to, if you haven't already or if you don't have some, you want to create holiday categories. So this is an awesome store. It's called the Tie Chest. This is Lynn. She's one of our students. And so she sells all of these really cool ties, but look at her categories. So she has her Halloween ties as the top category, because when people come to her store and Halloween is in a couple weeks, she's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ties in all different styles. No one is going to dig through her store to try and find Halloween ties. So what you want to do is you want to put your seasonal categories up at the top of your category list. Now you can see she has Christmas ties right below. So as soon as Halloween has passed, Christmas ties will bump up, and probably bow ties are going to stay at the top because a lot of people, they're wearing bow ties for the holidays, for New Year's, etc. Star Wars ties, there's another popular gift category. So she's actively moving her she's creating holiday categories in the store and then making sure that they're at the top so that when people browse her store, they can quickly look here and go, oh, you know what, I'm looking for a Christmas tie to wear to a Christmas party, or, you know, to wear for the Christmas pictures or whatever. I'm going to check here and, you know, shop by pattern. She's got 764 ties. People are not going to dig through 764 ties, and this actually breaks out into a subcategory, but they're not going to dig through a big mixed category to find holiday specific inventory. So again, this is why we identified your holiday inventory, so now you can group it in a holiday category and keep it at the top level in your store. So now we're going to wrap up with talking about how to get your best holiday products in front of more buyers. And number one marketing tool this year is Pinterest, okay? It was big last year, it's mega this year. Pinterest is more than popular, you guys. It is profitable because shoppers coming from Pinterest spend nearly $170 per session on a retail site on average. Shoppers coming from Facebook spend $95 per session on average on a retail site, and Twitter shoppers spend $70 on average. I do a ton of work with my students and clients in my strategic business marketing program on Pinterest. We've got a huge holiday Pinterest pinning campaign going right now, and I will tell you that products that are pinned are products that will sell. And here's the thing you need to know. If you don't do any other marketing this holiday season, ramp up your Pinterest presence and actively market on Pinterest on a daily basis. Now, I could do a whole session on holiday marketing with Pinterest, but I'm going to hit a few high points here. You want to theme your boards with gift-related themes, okay? Because when people come to Pinterest during the holiday season, they are searching for themed gifts. They're searching for things, for example, like seasonal themes. So, here's one. Maybe people are looking for pink Christmas ornaments, eco-friendly toys, Christmas for him. Here, by the way, is Lynn's from the tie chest. Here is her store board inside the tie chest. Look at what picture she has on her Pinterest cover. She's got this awesome, awesome Santa tie. Um, Theme your board with a store brand. So your top 2 boards on Pinterest are what I call your anchor boards. And those are the boards that people see when they look at your Pinterest presence. You should have at least one store board that says, for example, the name of your company here inside the tie chest, here my eBay store, and this is for you and them, that's the name of their store, with the products specifically that you sell in your store. All of your other Pinterest boards should be filled with content from other sites as well as your products, but you absolutely can have 1 or 2 boards that are specifically for your Pinterest products or for your eBay products from your eBay store, and you can name it, the name of your store. So from inside the tie chest, etc. Okay, here we have an example of what a well-optimized Pinterest board can do. This is yours truly. This is my top stocking stuffers for 2013 board. I optimized the title, I optimized the description because I know from my keyword research that stocking stuffers 2013 is a top search keyword phrase in Google. If it's a top search keyword phrase in Google, it's going to be a top search keyword phrase in Pinterest. So I optimized my board title, my board descriptions. I'm pinning constantly, refreshing this board with stocking stuffers, etc. And I now own the first position when someone comes to Pinterest and does a search for stocking stuffers and they're looking for boards to get ideas for stocking stuffers. I own this first position because of the way that I optimize this board and because I'm frequently pinning to it. These other boards, for the most part, had no board description. So, by the way, if you guys want to see how I optimize this board, go follow me on Pinterest. Go to pinterest.com/Lisa Suttora. Look for this board and you'll see how I optimized it and why this has a first ranking position. You can absolutely do this with your themed boards for whatever phrases that you want to rank for, whether it's top jewelry gifts, whether it's top tech gifts, etc. If you do search engine optimization for your holiday boards. So Pinterest holiday tips, image is everything. We talked about how you have to have really high quality images for eBay. Here's the problem. Even if you have images on eBay that don't look good, and then you pin those bad images to Pinterest, Pinterest marketing is not going to work because people are not going to buy a product. Here's a great example. 2 pie dishes, the exact same dish. This one appears to be on a chair or something with pillows behind it. And here is what we talk about, the standard e-commerce floating image. So if someone comes to your eBay listing and they see this image versus this image, I mean, ask yourself, what one would you buy? For me, I'm going to buy this one because this one looks like, I don't know where it's been. So then you pin this to Pinterest and you don't get any interest in it and you're like, oh, Pinterest might not work. Well, no, it's not that Pinterest doesn't work, it's that Pinterest is extremely image based. And if your images are crummy, people are not going to repin your product. So make sure that you have high quality images. Pin at least twice a day. I'm telling you right now, it's worth it to pin 7 days a week. It's so easy. There's certain things that you need to do to create Pinterest descriptions that will make people repin and that are search engine optimized. I'll tell you some resources for that at the end of today's webinar. Prices. So Pinterest used to have price banners. They don't have those anymore. You can still put a price in your pin description. Please, please, please use those in moderation. Do not turn your Pinterest boards into a little mini eBay listing. You want to focus on content. You want to focus on how people can use the product. You do not want to focus on prices. So I know we're getting real close on time here, and so we're going to wrap up. Let's see, where are we at here? Oop, we're right at the 11 o'clock hour. Got about 5 more minutes. Okay, so eBay just revised their buying guides. I love these. These buyer guides are just killing it in Google search. So first of all, these are not, 2006 eBay buying guides. These things are awesome. These buyer guides can be written by any eBay seller. They really, really help to get your products found in Google. So first of all, this link right here will take you right to the buying guide page so you can see some guides yourself. But I just want to show you an example. So if I want to buy a Santa suit, I don't know, maybe I'm going to be Santa at my kid's school or something. I go to Google, right? And I say, type in how to buy a Santa suit. So if I have an eBay listing, the chances of it actually landing on page 1, my listing landing on page 1 for how to buy a Santa suit, pretty slim, right? eBay might take you to their category of Santa suits, but not to your individual listing. But when I type in how to buy a Santa suit, look what popped up here on page 1. Santa suit, ebay.com, costumes, other, right? So look at the title of this search result. Santa suit, Santa Claus costume buying guide, eBay. So this is not a listing. What this is a brand new eBay buying guide that was created by a seller who sells costumes. Okay, I want you guys to take a look at this guide. This guide has been viewed so far 22,596 times. There is absolutely no way that their eBay individual product listing would get ranked on page 1 of search or be viewed 22,596 times because it's not going to be on page 1 of search. So what they did is that they created this buying guide with images, very good images on how to buy a Santa suit, which Santa suit is right for you. They go into, a lot of description. Notice, by the way, it's mobile friendly, so not a ton of fonts. It's very straightforward, black and white text, a lot of white space, exactly what we talked about in the listing, refreshing section of this webinar. Are you seeing a theme here? So these are all links to their Santa suits right there in their buying guide. They can also put mobile-friendly images in this buying guide. They can embed a YouTube video in this buying guide. These buying guides are, for content, for eBay listing products, you cannot beat it. You can do content in your eBay store pages, but these buying guides are what's getting ranked in Google right now, and I've done a lot of research on this. We have clients who are using these, and these things work. So the difference is between I've got these holiday products and I'm only going to try and get traffic through eBay search versus I'm going to take advantage of these new eBay buying guides. I'm going to write up a few buying guides on the products that I have a lot of inventory on the products that I think are going to be really good for the holidays. This is what you want to focus these guides on. And the other thing I should say, and I didn't show this in the graphic, but at the bottom of the buying guides, there are also images for the seller's products, the Santa suit. So a buyer can click here, but they can also click directly below. So these things work, and I highly recommend that you do at least 1 or 2 for some of your products that you really, really want to get traction on. Pick some of the most popular ones, pick the ones that you have deep inventory in, and create a couple buying guides. And you can find out how to do the specifics at the eBay buying guide pages. Okay, so very simple. Pinterest marketing, couple times a day, 7 days a week, right? Buying guides, couple guides. You could even hire someone to write it for you, and then you could edit it. So you don't have to be intimidated by, I don't know how to write. Or you could write it and you could go to Fiverr or Elance or something, or eBay, and probably find an editor who would just polish things up for you. Number 3, most effective marketing tool for the holiday selling season, YouTube product reviews. So here's the thing, YouTube is the second largest search engine next to Google. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's like Yahoo or Bing or something. It's YouTube. For e-commerce, YouTube is an incredibly powerful tool because customers want to see how products work. They're looking for product reviews. One of the top search keyword phrases during the holidays on Google is, product name and then review, right? Because people are looking for reviews, trying to make a decision whether or not to buy a product. So pick a couple products or more that you really, really want to sell and create a simple video. This does not have to be a face video if you're camera shy. This can be a video of you doing what's called unboxing. So unboxing videos, it's kind of like this really cult hit. Where you open the box of the product, you describe what's in the box. The only thing that people are seeing are your hands, or you can have somebody, you can hire a hand model. If you have a friend who's got great hands, have them unbox and you can narrate, be creative. But what you want to do is you want to create a YouTube channel in your store name, in your eBay store name, so that we start to brand your products on YouTube, and so that you start to get visibility for your brand as well as your products on YouTube. And then, whoops, we have a duplicate slide. We don't want that. And then you go, and this is what you do. You create a video product review where you just talk about the features. This one was for a review for a camera. You always want to put product review in your YouTube title as well as your store name. So product review by, XYZ store, whatever your store name is. Highlight the features. Make it short. It only needs to be like 60 seconds. Do not make it too long. People will not watch it. Once you do that product review is not only going to get indexed in YouTube, it's going to get indexed in Google. You can even pin it to Pinterest. Pinterest has a whole video section that drives a lot of traffic. You can also do a product demo. So you can either talk about the product or you can show people how it works. And that's really, really powerful, especially if it's a toy or something that people really are going to want to see, how does this thing work in action? Product review, product demo, very, very effective. People always say, I don't know, what video of what do I do? Very simple, review or demo. So once you've done that, now you've got this awesome search engine friendly content. I mean, now you can put that in your eBay store pages, you can put that in your buying guide, you can pin it to Pinterest, you can put it on your Facebook business page if you have one. Maybe you have a blog, you can put it on your blog once it's on YouTube. But here is the key. You've got to get this, I'm going to go here, you've got to, again, search engine optimize your video with relevant keywords. So what do? It's so simple. You've already done the work to optimize your listings with a title. You've already done the work to optimize the description of your product on eBay. All you do is take the work you've already done and bring it over here to YouTube and use that as the core for your title and your description. Now your title should have obviously the keywords that people would search for. It should be readable, meaning just not a massive keywords. It should say, I'll give you an example here. So Ninja Kitchen blender system reviews. And then, very important, use the keyword review or demo, and then put your store name in that title. So buy the kitchen store or buy the kitchen niche, whatever the name of your store is. So it's title, keywords of the product, what are people going to search to find it, review or demo, and then your store name. Your description, don't make it super long, as long. It doesn't need to be like a full blown with bullet features and everything as big as you put in your eBay listing, but it should have, again, enough relevant searchable keyword phrases so that when Google is indexing this YouTube video, they're indexing it based on the keywords and keyword phrases in the title and description. And then you can put tags in there. You can put as many tags in as you want. Don't worry about choosing a category if the category uh, doesn't fit. You know, a lot of these categories do not fit currently for retail products. So, you know, you could just choose how to if you want. That's a good one because it's just kind of a generic category. So there's not going to be specific retail categories like there are in eBay, but these keyword optimization fields here, that's what's going to get your product index. So take a look at this. So here is a review for this Ninja blender, and you know, there's literally millions of search results for this product, but this one is ranked on page 1. Why? Because Google wants to make sure that they get at least one video for a very popular search term. They want that multimedia on page 1. So they want not just text, but you know, they're going to have their sponsored product ads. They're going to have a video if it's available. And during the holidays, especially, buyers, when they want to see a review, if they see your video review, they're going to either search here on Google or they're going to go to YouTube and look for it. But this, you guys, is the best way to get a page 1 ranking for a product that you sell by putting together a short review video and keyword optimizing it. And oh my gosh, you know, if you're in a niche, you'd be shocked at how easy it is to get a page 1 ranking. So Pinterest, eBay buying guides, and YouTube videos. To wrap up, I'm just going to real quick run through some holiday sourcing shortcuts because you're going to have to keep sourcing through December and beyond. You know, I will say wholesale suppliers at this point are probably going to be out of some of their popular products. You can check with your suppliers if you haven't yet, if you've been meaning or you didn't have the money to order. Call them, see what they've got in stock, see if you can negotiate pricing, see if you can get some free shipping. They're trying to get rid of their holiday merchandise too. Here is the caveat. If they say, well, hey, we've got our hot toy coming in on a container ship from China, and it should be here by November 1st, we can get them to you by November 10th, say thank you, but I think I'll pass, because I'll tell you right now, customs is so backlogged. I have a lot of clients who ordered products in the summer who are importing their own products, and stuff is right now in a customs bottleneck. So if it's not in the US and it can't get to you via UPS in 3 days or 5 days, tell them thank you, but no thank you. See what they've got in stock. A lot of cities have warehouse deals going. Seattle, we've got like a lot of manufacturers that run their warehouse deals this time of year. So it's a great way to do some local sourcing. Some cities, Dallas, Atlanta, LA, Seattle, New York, San Francisco, have what are called cash and carry shows. These are like wholesale trade shows, but basically you go into the show and the exhibitor has a product there. You pay them up front and then you take the inventory, bring it home, and list it on eBay. So you can Google cash and carry shows and see if there's one in your city. Arbitrage sourcing, where you're buying in one market, so you're buying at a brick and mortar store and you're selling it on eBay, or you're buying it online, maybe from a different marketplace or from a website, find a great deal, find coupons, etc. Sourcing, that's your best bet right now as we get closer to the holidays, trying to figure out what those popular products are in your niche. Getting inventory that you're running low on and you call the supplier and the supplier doesn't have it, but you found a great deal on it at a different site, that's how you get more of that inventory. That's the fastest way. And then, of course, my favorite, Black Friday power sourcing, for those of you who love crowds, love to get out there in the middle of the night, and love to scoop up the deals, bring them home, and list them quickly on eBay. You need to know what you're doing. You need to make sure that you're sourcing inventory. It's not just toys, but you need to make sure that you're sourcing inventory that you know is projected to sell well, and you need to do your niche research. You need to do your market research on eBay so that you don't get stuck with a lot of product that's not going to sell. Product bundles. Create your own product. Put together, you know, a set. Maybe you're going to put together a table setting and sell it as one. Maybe you're going to put together a toy bundle and theme it around Dora the Explorer or Thomas the Tank Engine or something like that. Create your own products and list them as exclusive, list them as limited edition. These are your custom designed products, so you can use those keywords: exclusive, limited edition, limited quantity, because there really are a limited quantity. It's a great way to take just basic inventory and turn it into something special. Gift sets, the same thing. Put together a gift set. Think of, what solution do my products solve? Maybe your products solve, I don't know, indoor gardening problems or urban gardening problems, or I don't know, maybe it's even cleaning the house problems. Put together an eco-friendly house cleaning bundle, and the person who needs to get their house cleaned for guests at Thanksgiving, they're going to see that and go, wow, she's got everything I need, or he's got everything I need that's eco-friendly to clean my house. I'm going to buy it. Repurpose existing inventory. If you sell black dresses, market them as holiday dresses. If you sell white dishes or white platters, market them as a turkey platter or whatever. People are always buying stuff to improve their homes during the holidays. And so you might say, well, I don't know, I sell white dishes. Okay, so put together a listing that describes how these white dishes are the perfect holiday dishes because they go with every type of holiday tablecloth, and they'll offset your food, and really, think about, how can I market this stuff so that you're putting ideas in the buyer's mind. Oh, I never thought about that before. How the white dishes really would be great, and I can use them all year long. So you've got to be a little bit creative with the products that you have and the way you market them and position them. I mean, slippers, it's like, it doesn't get more basic than that, but yet slippers is a perfect stocking stuffer. If you want ideas for holiday products, go to Pinterest and Google Christmas gift ideas or top stocking stuffers 2013. And you'll see my board there. So, but seriously, if you need inspiration, if you're stumped, go out to Pinterest and start looking at the stuff people are pinning. I swear you will get so many ideas that you will literally run out of time to create product bundles and gift sets.
Lisa, can I recommend something if they're going to Pinterest for inspiration?
Yes.
A timer.
Oh, and you can buy those on eBay.
Yes, you can. So much good stuff. Okay, you're wrapping up, so I want to hear what you have to say about holiday categories. Thanks.
Yeah, I am wrapping up, and basically I just wanted to mention some of the really top growing categories this year that we're seeing. Gourmet and specialty food, oh my gosh, it's off the chart. People are foodies. There's more variety and selection, and it's a great arbitrage product, by the way. There's so much that you could do. I mean, you could put a gift set together for the person who loves hot sauces or spicy foods or pumpkin foods, or it's crazy. And I love food, selling food, because it's a consumable. Make sure that any food you sell is in compliance, obviously, with eBay's rules and regulations. Complete solutions, kits and sets, that we just talked about that, but people, when they give a gift, they want to give something that's going to be really useful and that's going to be unique. They want to give that to their gift recipient. So whatever, maybe it's someone who is really into nail polish, and you put together, this beautiful kit with one of those ultraviolet nail polish dryer things. I mean, there's so many things you could do it. So think about, well, what, here's what I sell. What problems do my products solve? And maybe it's just a matter of literally going out to the dollar store or Target or whatever, getting in a few fill-in items, and now you've got a complete solution. One tip though, box it nicely. Don't just put it in a brown box and ship it out. Put it in a gift box, put some tissue in it, put a bow around it, wrap it up so it actually looks like a gift set. Made in the USA is huge. I love this category because I'm a huge proponent of the US starting to make more of their own products, and thank goodness we are. So this is huge, and there's a keyword phrase for you. If you have made in USA products, you need to market the heck out of that. Do made in USA boards on Pinterest. Put made in USA buying guides together. It's a huge category. And then personalization, and some people sell products that could easily be personalized. For those of you who want to do something creative, personalized products always do really, really well at Christmas. Just be sure that you give yourself enough time or hire a team, if you're writing names on things, so that those products get to the buyers or to your customer in time. So to wrap up, here's our checklist. Make a list of your holiday inventory, refresh the listings from the inventory that's on that list, market the products that are on that list, and then first work with what you've got, okay? Then fill in your inventory gaps with some creative holiday sourcing, and most importantly, have a very prosperous 2013 holiday selling season.
Absolutely. They follow your tips. I think they will.